Hey guys, well, I've recently had some people asking me about how they get married in Australia, and I thought I would just come along and do a quick video as your celebrant. So I thought I would let you know what the steps are if you want to get married in Australia. So basically, to start off with, once you've decided on your location and everything else that comes with that, the date and time, you're going to want to find yourself a celebrant. Now, I would suggest to you that you look into more than one celebrant. Why? Because you're not going to get along with everyone. You're not going to love everyone. You're not going to want every celebrant to be your celebrant. So it's a really good idea to hunt around a little bit, to get some wedding kits off different celebrants so that you can know some different prices, the things that are included and aren't included, and also just whether or not you're going to actually get along with the person that you have standing in front of you. It's really important to inform your date to the celebrant and find out from the start if they're even available at that time. And if they are, then of course you have to be ready to pay your deposit to hold that date once you decide if the celebrant is suitable. So in my case, I charge $250 to hold the date. So that's my deposit fee, and the deposit fee comes out of the total cost as well. The first form that you have to fill in is something called the NOIM, the Notice of Intended Marriage. And that's where you say, we want to get married. We're both, willing partners in this and we want to get married to one another. You write down all of your birth details and you also add in your parents' details. You say where you live currently, and you have to get that witnessed with your official documents. The easiest official document to use is a passport because it shows not only your photograph but also where you were born, and both of those details are really important. So if you have a passport, I'd recommend that over a birth certificate. But if you don't have a passport, your birth certificate will suffice. Now, it is often a little bit tricky to meet up with your celebrant depending on where they live. So one way that you can have your form witnessed is to go to a police station and have the police officer there witness your identity cards and, be able to say, yes, you are who you say you are, basically. Once that's done, you can then mail those forms off to your celebrant, and the form needs to be in the hand of your celebrant more than 1 month before you get married. So that's really important. You need to make sure that they have your little document, because if not, you're not able to get married in Australia. How long is the NOIM form valid for? Well, it's valid for 18 months. So if your date changes and if your celebrant is still available on those days, then you will be able to change your wedding date with that same NOIM form. You won't have to fill in another one. Of course, if your celebrant is not available on that date, then that NOIM form can be transferred to another celebrant if you decide to change celebrants. 2 weeks before your wedding, you will need to fill in a form called the Don Lim form. That is the Declaration of No Legal Impediment to Marriage. It basically says that, you're not married to somebody else and that you're of legal age and you are able to get married within Australia. So that's really important that you fill that form in and you have it signed off, and it has to be done within 2 weeks of the actual wedding. So up to 2 weeks before the wedding. Quite often it's nice to meet up with your celebrant, have a quick coffee, check that, plans are going ahead the way you thought they were, that the script is coming along nicely, and you can fill that form in at once. I normally spend about 45 minutes with my couples, and we get through it all in that time. It's really important to make sure that you've given all of your details to your celebrant as well. Where are you getting married? What time are you getting married? What time do you expect them to be there? I normally show up one week before. No, I don't. I normally show up 1 hour before the wedding, and that often is enough time. It gives me enough time to get set up, to feel comfortable, to get to have a quick chat with the groom, to meet and greet the other guests that are arriving, and all of that sort of stuff. It's also really important to have a contact person for the celebrant. So I would suggest to you that you give them somebody's number that they can contact on the day should there be any type of emergency. And what I mean by that is you as the bride or the groom are not going to be available for the celebrant to contact. You're just going to be too busy doing hair and other things, right? And so it's really important, if they have something that they need to find out, that they're able to contact somebody in the bridal party, or perhaps a parent of the bride or groom that is able to give them some direction on what to do or where to go. And then obviously the 2 weeks before, that's how I do it anyway in my business, but 2 weeks before, the required full payment is needed. And that's because on the day of your wedding, nobody really wants to run around talking about money. Nobody wants to hand over the money. That way all the money is paid up front. And of course, that's why a celebrant works. Let's talk certificates. So certificates on the day, you will have to sign the register, and you will actually sign an official wedding certificate as well. Now that certificate is a beautiful certificate, but it's not the official one from births, deaths and marriages that allows you to like name change and get a passport, fill in visa applications, etc. So it's really important that you guys, if you do want your official certificate, that you organize it with your celebrant. Your celebrant is able to order it at the time of lodging your forms, and that is the best way to do it because it is so much quicker than if you go and apply for it yourself later on. It is $65 at the moment to get that official certificate, and I charge that $65 on top of my fee. There are some people that include it in their fees. That's totally up to your celebrant. So yeah, if you have any other questions about getting married in Australia, then please put them in the comments. I would love to get back to you. And if you're looking for a wedding celebrant, then please reach out. I would love to send you my wedding kit. Okay, bye for now.